Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I am so sorry it's taken me so long to upload another video. Today's video is not going to be a movie reaction. I'm hopefully going to be able to do another movie reaction maybe next week. Just depends on everything. But I wanted to get a video out. So I had told you guys that I was going to do a review on Alien Romulus. I saw it for my birthday in the theaters. It was the very first Alien movie that I actually saw in theaters. I did not see the first one because, well, I saw the first one, but not like on the big screen because, well, actually, did they even have big screens back then? I don't even know, but I did not see that one because that was before I was born. That was in 1979, I believe, that came out. And I was not born yet. I was born in 82. So, but I grew up on the Alien franchise since I was a kid, and I absolutely love it. I love the Alien franchise. It is amazing. A lot of people say that they only like the first one and the second one, but all the rest suck. I have a different opinion of that. I think that they're all great. There are some that I like better than others, but overall, I enjoy all of them, including Prometheus. I like Prometheus. I love Covenant. I thought Alien 3 was good. Like, I like all of them. I'm not a super picky person, and if you know anything about me, I love B movies as well, so even if something is like considered a bad movie, I may still enjoy it. Like, one of the movies I did on this channel that I guess would be considered a B movie was Carnosaur, and I actually really enjoyed it. Even though it was hilarious and looked so fake, I did enjoy watching that movie. So today I wanted to kind of go over, and I have a list of things to talk about. So if you see me looking to the side, that is why. So a little update before I continue on. One of the reasons why I didn't upload sooner this week was because I ended up getting a sore in my mouth, and I was not able to talk hardly at all. I could barely talk at all. I could barely drink anything, eat anything. It was very difficult. I was gargling with warm salt water. It finally went away. It's all healed up, so now I can get on video and talk. However, today I'm dealing with chronic illness, pains, and it's very difficult. But I wanted to get this video out for you guys. So again, like I said, this is my review of Alien Romulus. And like I said, this is the first Alien movie that I actually saw in theaters. Most of the time, I just look for it or like rent it at the library and watch it. But this is the first one I actually saw on the big screen. And wow, I am so glad that I saw this in theaters because it was amazing. I absolutely loved it. A lot of people did not like it for whatever reason. I don't quite understand that. But I felt like it was very well done. Also, if you don't know, this Alien Romulus falls between the very first movie that was done in 1979 and the second movie, which is called Aliens. So if you have not seen Alien Romulus and you have not seen 1 and 2 yet, I definitely recommend that you watch those two first. It's not going to make your experience any less. However, there was a lot of callbacks from the first Alien movie and the second one. So you're not going to get the callbacks if you have not seen those two. There was even a mention of Prometheus in the Alien Romulus movie. So if you want to, you can watch that too. But the main thing is this movie falls in between the first and the second. So I recommend seeing the first and the second before you watch Alien Romulus. And that's kind of, how the timeline is. I would say, watch Alien and then Romulus and then Aliens. But in Alien Romulus, there are callbacks from Alien and Aliens. So that's why I'm saying watch those first. Now, before I continue on, I forgot to mention is that I might be mentioning spoilers. So if you have not seen Alien Romulus, go watch it first, and then you can come back and watch my review on it. So I felt like the movie had some good jump scares. There was a jump scare at the very beginning of the movie, and a lot of people are like, oh, that's not scary. But when you're in a theater where the sound is like surround sound, it's loud, and you're sitting in darkness, it comes at you like out of nowhere, it kind of scares you a bit. So the very first jump scare that they had was they were showing space and they were going past the ship, and it was super, super quiet, like no sound whatsoever. And then all of a sudden, it goes into this room and it has like this computer screen, and all of a sudden the screen turns on and it's like loud all of a sudden. And most of the people in the theater kind of jumped at that. It's like, oh wow, jump scare already. I thought that was pretty cool. And then it had a lot of great visuals, and the sound design was amazing. The acting was great. I love the acting from all of the characters. I felt like they played their roles very well. There was one guy that he was not a very nice person because of experience that he had with his mother. And they did it very well to make you hate that person, that character. And you're like, oh, we want him to die first because he was so mean. But the acting was so well done. Like I said before, it had great callbacks to Alien and Aliens, and one of the callbacks was there was a time where the android Andy is shooting at the alien to protect Rain, which is the main character, or one of the main characters. Well, I guess she technically would be like the main character alongside Andy, but he came down with a gun, he was shooting the alien, and he was like, get away from her, you, or he said, get away from her, and then he like pauses, and then in a very awkward way, he says the last line, and everybody in the theater was like laughed, because most of the people in the theater probably had seen the second movie of Aliens with Sigourney Weaver, and so it was like a really great callback. A lot of people didn't like the callback, but I thought it was awesome. I enjoyed it. And then there were some other callbacks. I didn't write them all down, but one major one is that they had another android in the Alien Romulus where his name was Rook. And he looked just like Ian Holmes' character from the first Alien movie, and his name was Ash. But it wasn't the same model. Actually, I know when I was in theaters, I was like, oh yeah, that's him. And I even went like over to my husband, and I was like, he was in the first movie. And well, the character, you know, the actor was in the first movie, but later on I realized, oh no, that's Officer Rook. And they used like Ian Holmes' face using, I think, like CGI or something, because that actor passed away, so he couldn't have been in the movie. But I felt like they did a pretty good job, and I felt like the way he looked was a little weird, but it was understandable because the actor's no longer with us, and they basically said that they knew that he would want to be a part of this film if he was around today. And so that's why they did that. I didn't think it looked terribly bad, and it wasn't like a big nitpick for me. I enjoyed that little callback, even though it's not the same android. Like originally I thought it was, and then I was like, oh no, because they lit him on fire or something and the ship was destroyed. So that couldn't have been him. He was just like a different model of that particular type of android. And being that Ian Holm would have wanted to be in the film. I think that's why they added his face in the CGI, and had another actor. Actually, I didn't know this part, but they had another actor who actually voiced his voice, and that guy was so dang good. I did not recognize the difference. Like, that sounds just like Ian Holm as Ash. Like, it was crazy. So I really enjoyed that. And those are a couple of the callbacks that I can remember off the top of my head. And I also like the way they showed certain things. Like when they showed the alien coming out of the girl's chest, and showing like a different view of things. Like they had this, I don't even know what you call it, but she was able to see like inside of her body with it. It was like a red light thing, and you can see inside the body. And if you've seen the trailer and if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about, where she puts it kind of behind her back so she can like see her chest and everything, and you can see the alien trying to push through the chest cavity, and it's just like, it's crazy. Like, and not just that, but like the part where you actually see the alien, the face hugger, trying to put whatever down their throat so they can implant the egg into the person. You've never seen it from that angle before. So, you know, it's scary in the first movie, but when you see it and see how it actually is done, it is terrifying. It's like even more terrifying than the first movie, in my opinion, because you're seeing it from a different perspective. And it definitely was very gruesome and gory in certain parts, which was very relatable to Alien Covenant, because I felt like they're all gory and gross, but as time has gone on and as they've made more movies, I feel like it's gotten worse and worse with that aspect of things. And I'm really hoping that they will make a sequel, because I want to know what's going to happen to Rain and Andy, because they kind of end it like they ended it in the first movie, where she's going into like cryo sleep and getting away from the aliens and all of that and trying to go to a planet. So I really hope that they continue on and make a sequel to this movie as well. Let's see, what other notes do I have here? So the ending, they had a hybrid alien baby that was born and grew very quickly, just like the xenomorphs do. And I was terrified. Like, totally, I mean, it wouldn't say totally unexpected, but in a way it kind of was. I was not expecting that, but I was expecting, I don't know, something to happen, because why would they have a pregnant lady in a story and just have her pregnant and have nothing happen? So obviously something was going to happen, but the ending was amazing. It was like, you know, it was good throughout the whole movie, but then it just jumped gear. Like the last 20 minutes or so, it was just like crazy. And like I said, the hybrid human thing was terrifying. And actually my husband's like, this is not a zombie movie, this is an alien movie. And I had to like whisper to him, and I'm like, the guy that directed it, or one of the guys that directed it, directed Evil Dead, which was a zombie movie. So it makes sense that it has that kind of like Evil Dead feel to it, along with the aliens. So yeah, the hybrid was amazing though. I love the hybrid at the end, and it was just like terrifying and something a little bit different. I did feel like it kind of looked like an engineer. What was that in? Was that in Prometheus or Covenant? I don't remember, but yeah, it did kind of look like an engineer somewhat. Not entirely. It looked a little bit different, but it was very similar to the engineers. I felt like, and a lot of people, I've heard a lot of people say this as well, is that they did not like Andy's performance. They thought it was weird and he didn't really seem like an android. But I don't know, to me, I felt he did seem like an android. And I love the perspective of the android and Romulus. It was like different. It's different than any other alien movie that I have seen. And I really enjoyed his character. I liked the fact that he was different, and they actually made you feel for this android, whereas the other ones, most of them, you didn't get that connection. And this movie also, I want to say, is that it made you feel not just for the android, but it made you feel for most of the people in the story. And you're like, I don't want them to die. It made you feel that way. Whereas in other movies, it's like, yeah, go aliens, you know? So I really liked his performance. I thought he was great. And as I said before, the android Rook did look a little strange to me, but it wasn't like a major thing that I'm going to complain about. I thought it was decent. And I liked that they added him into the movie. I thought it was exciting and just kind of lines up to all the other movies and how most of the time the androids are trying to do what's best for the company, the Weyland-Yutani company. So it makes sense that he would be a part of that. And when he started saying, oh, you have a new mission and blah, blah, blah. And I've seen reactors say, well, what is the new mission? It's like, well, we already know basically what the new mission is probably. And it's a mission for them to bring these aliens to Earth and do all this crazy stuff. Because that's what they were doing in the first movie and all the other movies. So that wasn't a surprise. But I really enjoyed it. And I'm glad they were able to put Ian Holm in the story. I think that it was a great addition, in my opinion. And the last thing I want to say about Alien Romulus is I absolutely loved the face huggers. They were more scary. Like I said, they showed them from a different view, which was even more terrifying. They looked amazing. The design was great. They also were super fast. Like, oh my gosh. Like, in the first one, yeah, they were fast, but in this one, they really showed how quick they were and how terrifying they were. And I absolutely loved it. Anyways, that's all the notes I have written down for Alien Romulus. Again, I thought it was an amazing movie. I loved the sound design, the acting, the visuals, even the storyline. A lot of people didn't like the storyline because they thought it was stupid, but I felt like the storyline was relatable. You know, they're in a situation where they want to get out of this situation because they're afraid that they're going to die if they don't. And of course, most of them end up dying anyway, which is really sad. But it's so relatable because they want change. They want to do something different and get out of their situation that they're in. So I felt like it was relatable. But anyways, if you like this review, give me a like, comment, subscribe, and I'm going to try to get another movie reaction up, maybe some trailers. I don't know yet, but I'll try to get those up here soon. And yeah, be sure to comment down below and let me know if you saw Alien Romulus, what you thought about it. Did you like it? Did you not like it? And I will talk to you guys later. All right, bye.